Hi, I'm Mahesh Jayaraman, acupressure therapist, health counselor, and co-founder of Cephalika.com. Of all the cases that are referred to me, the only ones where I insist that the adult patient be accompanied by a person who normally lives with them is if the patient has chronic fatigue or fibromyalgia. As the name suggests, patients who suffer from chronic fatigue are tired all the time. Simple everyday tasks like brushing their teeth or making a cup of tea leaves them completely exhausted. They often have diffused pain all over their body. Fibromyalgia, while it's a slightly different disease, also involves constant unexplained pain. The reason I asked the family member to come with the patient is because I need the family member to understand that what the patient is going through is real. It's not all in their mind. CFS often strikes women more than men, and usually it's the husband who thinks that the wife is making a mountain out of a molehill. Just getting the family member to understand the complex body chemistry of CFS and getting them to acknowledge the reality of the patient's pain makes a huge difference to the pain itself. I know it sounds crazy, but chronic fatigue syndrome or CFS and fibromyalgia are hardly straightforward conditions, playing by the simple rules of other diseases. It's a topic that we could spend an entire video series on and still have material to discuss. So I'm going to make just 4 of the most crucial points about CFS in this podcast that people seem to miss. Number 1, as I mentioned in the introduction, CFS and fibromyalgia are real. The pain and the exhaustion are real. MRI studies have shown that the pain areas of the brain light up at the time when patients report pain, so please don't dismiss this as a psychological disorder and just take the patient to see a psychiatrist. Number 2, causes are always several and complex. This is the most important point. A very wise doctor of Oriental medicine, Dr. John Neters, who practices in the Bay Area in San Francisco, once described it as a goo disease in Chinese medicine terms. He explained that this meant that it was a very complex, hard to treat disease, one which the Chinese described as trying to remove oil which had gotten mixed deep into grain flour. There's usually never a single cause for CFS, but over time, multiple systems in the body get involved. Number 3, since the causes are often many, the cures are many too. Every time you Google CFS cure, you find someone benefiting from a new cure. Someone swears by going off gluten and dairy, another person says turmeric did it for them, a third swears by going off all electronic gadgets to prevent radiation exposure, and a fourth person says emotional freedom therapy or EFT was their key. My observation? They are all correct. One leading functional medicine doctor described CFS as trying to fix 26 holes in the roof. For some, dramatic improvements are seen with just one hole fixed because that was their largest troublemaker and the others were small contributors. For other patients, even after you've fixed 16 holes in the roof, improvement is marginal at best. Imagine how disheartened such people feel. I can tell you from personal experience that I have my share of such patients, and it gives me sleepless nights just thinking of their pain and agony. All I do is I keep looking for the next hole to fix. Number 4, in a majority of CFS and fibromyalgia cases, diet makes the biggest difference. It's also the toughest one to change. What we put into our bodies 3 times a day at least makes the biggest difference to which bacteria live in our bodies, beneficial ones or harmful ones. In CFS and fibro, pain and energy are often directly related to how healthy the microbiome is. To sum it up, if you suffer from CFS or fibromyalgia yourself or know someone else who does, please know that the debilitating pain is real. Also know that since the causes are so varied and the symptoms are so varied, reversal is time-taking and the progress is often slow. But with each little change that you make, from diet to including dietary supplements to mild exercise and stress and emotion management, you're fixing one more hole in the roof and you're one step closer to freedom from pain and exhaustion. Wish you all vibrant health and well-being.